Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to ARKHAM Horror 3rd Edition. This is your host, ID Jester. We are going to be doing part 2 of our playthrough of Approach of Azathoth. Alrighty, so I believe we are starting a new turn. And from when we picked up last time here, hopefully that is true. I believe that is true. So, we get out a few more of these in case I need them. And a few more of these. So we got quite a few issues with some doom going on here. We got a monster that's hunting us down here, the Abysmal Servant. She is currently Marie Lambeau. Marie Lambeau, that's how you say that, right. She's engaged with the robed figure right now. There are 3 doom there. There's a doom over there. There's a couple clues here. This area is currently in what's that called? Yeah. I forget what it's called. What is it called? Alright, so let's get to it, folks, and get on with it. So, strategicity-wise, we have to kind of figure out, she has to combat this dude. So, her strength is only 2. Her strength is only 2. Means she would need a success, right? Damn. She could focus first. And then attack. No. Alright. Here we go. So, Marie Lambeau is going to... What's the action called? It is called Attack. Engage a monster. So she is going to roll 2 dice. 2 dice. Phil Reynolds, what's going on, man? Sounds like a suicide mission. Yeah, I know. I hear you, brother. So 2 dice. We need a 5 or 6. If this does not work, then Agnes Baker is going to have to step up. Let's see what happens. 5! Success. Excellent. 5 and a 3. So 5 and 3 are successes. So she is successful. She does 1 damage to it, but that's all it has is 1 point of damage there. No adjustment on the combat. And is there any... The long robes and deep hood throw the figure face into darkness, but the hand that reaches for your seems to shine in the moonlight. Alright, so we can put that guy back in the monster deck. Good for us. Shake this sucker up. So that was her first action. Her second action. Damn. Alright, our second action is going to be to move. Damn. I should have done Agnes Baker first. I should have moved her over there. Alright, she's going to move. 1, 2. And she's going to use her smoky velvet power. Once per round, after you perform an action, another investigator on your space on any space may perform the same action. So Marie is going to move. We need to get these clues. We need to stay away from this guy because he will just destroy us. So she's going to move. The question is, does she come over here or does she come over here? I think she's going to move 1, 2. Alright, so that is her 2 actions. One was to attack. Second one was to move. Now Agnes got the free move for that power. So Agnes, what she's going to do is she is going to ward. She's going to test books. So she's 4 on the books. Right. But because she's cursed, only 6s count. So we need a 6 so we can get rid of that cursed condition. Come on. 6. So we get 1 success, which means this doom goes away. And she gets rid of her cursed condition, which says, when resolving a test, only 6s count as success. After you pass the test, discard this card. So at least she got rid of her cursed condition. She also got rid of the doom counter. That was her first go at it. And there's no clues there, unfortunately. She cannot move. She will gain resources, so she will gain $1. All right. So that is our turn. That is our turn. Action phase, right. Perform up to 2 actions. Monster phase. Each remaining monster activates. Well, there's only 1 monster. So he will come towards... Move towards and engage investigator with most clues. Right now there's nobody with clues. So he's going to come towards Agnes here. Encounter phase. So we're each going to draw an encounter. So she's up there. There is clues available here in Easttown. So come on, Marie. She's in Easttown. Oh, it's not a clue card. Damn. Velma's Diner. Sit, Velma insists as you stumble in through the door. She helps you to a table and fills a cup of coffee for you. You need a bowl of my stew? That'll fix you right up, she says. Don't worry, I'll give it to you at a discount, if you like. You may spend $1 for you or an ally to recover 3 health. So she can basically, she only needs 1 because she's only taking 1 damage. Is it worth $1? I would say yes. So she's going to spend $1 to heal up. Unfortunately, we still didn't get the clue card. Damn. And now Agnes is at the Black Gate in Rivertown. Or, I'm sorry, the Black Cove. Right. According to local legend, a witch which once lived in these caves. Let's start again. According to local legend, a witch once lived in these caves. Either test your lore to remember the exact location, or spend 1 clue to check your notes. If you pass or spend a clue, you discover old broken trinkets. You gain 1 curio items. If you fail, you hear the whispers of an old woman in the cave. If you fail, you hear the whispers of an old woman in the cave. All right, so unfortunately, again, no clue token. We need to get some clues. So she needs to test lore. Or, well, she doesn't have any clues, so she's got to test lore. So lore is 4. So let's do that. 6. So that is a success. So she's going to get another special item. Born to orange and blue. I'll eat dinner chili, but stew sounds suspect. That's true, my friend. That is true. So she is successful. So we are going to look for a curio item. She found another one right off the bat. Okay, so we don't need to... I guess we can shuffle these up. She's got a magnifying glass. You get +1 to your observation as part of a research action. So she's just filling up with all kinds of stuff here. Unfortunately, she keeps getting a common. I guess these are all common. Aren't these all common? I think they are. What are these over here? What kind of cards are these? Oh, these are specific cards. If they ask you to get a specific card. Okay, I got you. All right. All right, so that is our encounters. Now we now go to the Mythos phase. Where is our bag of death here? It's around here. Here it is. So you can see we're running out of tokens in the bag. All right, so we'll do Marie first. First one. Oh, it's a Doom token. So the Doom token is going to be... discard the bottom of the event cards. And place 1 Doom token in the location. Right. Alright, so we're going to take the bottom card here. And that is going to be in Hibbs Roadhouse. And then this will go on that. We do have 1 Doom token on there already. So Ribs. Ribs. It's Hibbs. There we go. Hibbs Roadhouse. Where are you? Hibbs Roadhouse. Oh no! Look at that. Oh no! That's not what we wanted to see, because now this is also in Anomaly, because it has 5 in the one section. Oh my gosh. Of all the places to draw, it had to be there, didn't it? We got clear board here. We got a clear board here. We only have... we got a clear board here. We do have a few tokens there, but oh my gosh. And that's why they came over there to get that area cleared out. Just couldn't get to it quick enough. Alright. Let's see what the next one is. Spawn a monster. Okay. So we're going to spawn a monster. We're going to shuffle these up. Yeah, we're screwed, alright. Shuffle these up. Randomly, shuffling, cutting, shuffling. And I'm going to roll a die, and that's how many cards we're going to go down. We're going to get rid of 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. It is the High Priest. So it's going to spawn at the location of the most doom. It's also a lurker, which is going to put 1... Oh, so if we don't kill this guy, he will just keep putting doom down on the space. So he's going to go right here because doom there's 3 in that one space. So the High Priest has showed up because we just killed his cultist. We just killed the robed figure. So we killed a couple of these guys. So he now shows up to find out what happens to his cultist, which makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Okay. And that was her second. Now it's on to Agnes here. Let's shake these up. Another doom. Really? Another doom. So we take the bottom off of there. The train station is going to get a doom counter. Train station right there. All right. Now this becomes the active thing there. And our second one will be... Ooh, a headline. So we finally got our first headline coming in. Let's see what our headline is. And then there's 2 left in the bag. So our headline, shake these up just one more time just to make sure we got these all shaken up. And we'll roll a die just to one. So we're going to go down 1 card. Okay. Here we go. Foul footprints found. MU zoologist stumped. Authorities not concerned. Probably a hoax, says sheriff. Headline: Test will and resolve the effect based on your results. But who does that? Oh, it must be Agnes because she's the one that drew the headline. Right, okay. So we're testing her will, which is 3. 3 dice. And we need 3 successes to get a remnant. Come on, Agnes. This is just a will test. We don't have anything to help, do we? No. Okay. Come on, Agnes. 6! Success. Well, 1 success. So, 1 success means we gain 1 remnant. So we have a remnant. And then it says spawn 1 monster at the unstable space. So the unstable space is the one that is going to be the train station. So monsters coming in at the train station. We're getting too many monsters, to be honest, but there's not much we can do about that because neither one of our chickies have anything, any way to fight. The only way we can even hope for success is if Marie fights the monster and then she intervenes. Alright. So cut. Shuffle. Cut. Alright, how many cards are we going to move down to the bottom? 1 again. Oh, it's another rogue figure has showed up. Probably the guy we just killed. He's going to show up right there. So the high priest shows up. He calls his buddies. They start putting on the old robes and coming out of the woodworks. Makes sense to me. All right, so I think that was her. Yeah, that was her second one. So we're done with the mythos phase. Back to the action phase. Okay. Huh. How do we want to do this? I'd like her to be in an area where she could do the... Of course, you know, trying to get over there is just going to be a problem. How do we do this? Secret 1, 2 there. I want her to get a clue. We need some clues. We need to start putting clues on this objective. The approach of Azathoth here. Come on. There we go. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that, but... Now, the reason it always takes me a little bit of time to work this out is because Marie Lambeau's power. After you perform an action, another investigator on a space may perform the same action. So I have to make sure that Agnes gets to the spot where we need her before she activates his power. So there's no doom anywhere for her to use. She needs to keep running away from this guy. One, two. She would get there. This whole area needs to be cleared before we get rid of this anomaly and start getting the clues. Or I start moving her over here to try and get these clues over here. Right now, this is a danger zone. But the High Priest, man, he's going to be a problem. Place one doom in this space, which, well, instead of going on this space, though, actually it will go on this space once. But eventually, we have to get over here and clean this out. Which means eventually we have to fight this guy, but I'd like to have some kind of weapons or something. I wish we could buy, but there's no way to buy items. Unless you go, like, oh, she could go to the general store. Trade money for items. This is money for health and sanity. I wonder if we get these two together and do another trade. All right, how are we going to do this, boys? Move that over there, activate that. All right, we're going to move. We are going to gather resources so she gets another buck. And so that's her two actions. Now, Vilma, she is going to ward. She is going to ward. So that is the books, lore. So test lore. Six and a 4, so she has one success. But I think what's going to happen here, folks, I think what's going to happen is she really needs to get a remnant, right? Because on her Witch Blood, once per round after you spend a remnant, you gain one remnant. So she basically can spend remnants and not lose them. So once per round. So if we can get her a remnant, and you can get a remnant if you can clear 2 tokens. So what she's going to do is, Agnes is going to intervene here. And she is going to cast her 4 lore. And what she's going to do is take 1 sanity damage and 1 health damage. And get +2. And then this spell is a -1, so she's going to lose 1 die. And she can add any successes to her. Come on. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. That is 0 successes. That is twice we've used this power with 5 dice. Twice we've used it with 5 dice, both times, and we have not hit a success yet. 0 successes. So she gets rid of 1 doom token. But she's going to use her Smoky Valet and let her do this same action. So she has... Oh, wait a minute. She has this focus. So what the focus does is gives you a reroll. So she gets to reroll 1 die. She's going to reroll that die on that. Come on. Another 1. Okay. Alright. So she will now get to do her lore, which is 4 dice. Oh, and also because she's got the Heirloom of Hiberia. I'm actually going to put this card up here. After you cast a spell, you may focus 1 skill of your choice. So she just cast this Intervene. And so she's going to focus. This time she's going to do Observation, I think. So she's got Observation and she's got Strength. Alright, now she's doing her roar. To see if she can clear out that Doom token. 6 and a 5. Where was that when we needed it a minute ago? Okay, so they cleared out the Doom tokens. Some of them anyways. So that was her first action, was to ward. Her second action is going to be to move to Hibbs Roadhouse. Because she needs to be here next time. Okay. So that's it for our turns. As crappy as it was, we go to the monster phase. So he will spawn a Doom token. Ooh. So let me just check this now, because there's already 3 in that space. When you spawn a Doom token, I think the most there could be in a space is 3, but let's just double check. Monster phase, encounter phase, Mythos, well. Where would be spawning Doom? Where would that be? Huh. It might be on this card. Let's see. This card. Oh, if additional Doom would be placed in a neighborhood with an anomaly, place that Doom on the... Oh, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. It's going to go right on the scenario card. Okay. So, because the High Priest, he automatically goes, and that's the second one. That's actually on top of this card, but I just don't have enough room to put everything. So... Okay, and then he's going to... He's still trying to track. This guy is going to move towards the unstable space. And the unstable space currently is the train station. So he's going to stay right at the train station. Great. Encounter phase. Alright, so she's let's do the police station first. But because there's an anomaly, we got to do the anomaly deck. Oh, that's right. You find yourself in an alternate timeline where ARKHAM seems to so filled with joy that you think you might stay. Test your sanity. If you pass, you resolve to return and save the world. You remove one doom from any space in your neighborhood. If you fail, you are torn from the paradise. You suffer 2 horror. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Right. Sorry. Wait a minute. We got to do something. Oh yeah, that is right, because she's in a space with 0 doom. You find yourself in an alternate timeline where ARKHAM seems so filled with joy you think you might stay. If you pass a sanity check, you resolve to return and save your world. You remove 1 doom from any space in your neighborhood. If you fail, you are torn from this paradise. You suffer 2 horror. Great. Alright, so she will do, what was it? Will, right. So she's got 3 dice. Suffer 2. That would not be good because she's at 2 health damage, 2 sanity damage from casting this damn spell that has done nothing. She got a success. 6. So that is a success. Thank God. So she gets to remove a doom. So from her neighborhood, these are each neighborhood. So she's going to remove that 1. She wants to leave that double there so she can try to get the remnant. Right. All right. Marie Lambeau. What is you're in a space with 2. All right. So you find yourself reliving some of the darkest moments of the American Revolution. You suffer 2 horror. Abruptly, you find yourself alongside General Washington and knock him down out of the path of a bullet just in time. You remove 2 doom from your space and gain 1 remnant. Wow. So she suffers 2 sanity, but she saves George Washington's life and gets to remove 2 doom from her space and gains a remnant. That is actually just what we needed. So those 2 go away. She gets a remnant. And this goes away because we no longer have any doom in that location. Nice. So now she can start working to get some of those clues. Does anybody stand a chance fighting this guy? He only has 2 life. You get -1 combat. Ugh. All right, that was the encounter phase. Now, oh yeah, we haven't even got there yet. We're still doing Mythos phase. Well, we'll do Marie Lambeau first. And the first one is nothing, and the second one is going to be this before we refill up the bag. So all the bad stuff goes back in the bag now. So her first one was a blank, her second one was a headline. So let's see what the new headline is. Northside Vigilante apprehended. Local factory worker unmasked. 3 dead, now linked to same man. I did what I had to do. Headline, you choose one. You suffer 2 damage or 2 horror, or you become cursed. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry, you suffer 2 damage and 2 horror, or you become cursed. Well, that just... sucks. She can't afford the damage, so she will become cursed. Alright, now we got all the stuff back in the bag. Let's see, we'll have to hold it under the table. And number 1. Ooh, it's a blank. This is Agnes, of course. Number 2. Oh, it's a clue. It's a clue. And it's going to... the downtown area. Alright, so we take the top 2 cards. Shuffle them up. If one more Doom gets on here, we flip over the card and read the bad stuff. So we have to make sure that doesn't happen. And every time this guy goes to do something, because this is an anomaly, so we have to run back in there. We don't have time to get clues, people. So we had a blank and a clue, which is really good. So Agnes had a good turn. They both have a remnant now. Alright. Oops. Don't fall out of my hand. Alright. Alright, so that's it. Back to our turn. We gotta have a good turn. We gotta kill this jerk-face jerk. One, two. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, with her being cursed, that really stinks. But we get to ready our cards again. Oh, I forgot she has this flesh ward power. Alright. I can't believe you can't, like, rest to heal and get some... I think we're going to have them both run in there. Alright, I think she's going to... 1, 2, 3. So it's going to cost her $1 to move that extra space. And she's going to activate the Smoky Velvet to have her move. 1, 2. So the High Priest will engage. Now Marie is going to do a attack, combat, strength, action, whatever it's called. And it's going to be -1 dice. So she only has a 2, so it's only going to be 1 die. So if she could do some damage, that would be really, really good. Of course she didn't. But, once again, Agnes is going to intervene. It's going to be 5 dice. And she's going to take 1 sanity and 1 health damage. But we're running out of these because she's already down to 3 and 3. But she can add any successes to her attack. Come on now. We need 2 hits. Kill this guy. 5-5. That's it. Boom. Dead. Alright, so she did the move and fight action. And then she had her help out. Intervene. Taking damage along the way. Alright, so that was Marie Lambeau. So Marie is going to... She's going to trade. She's going to give her the Flesh Ward spell. And she's going to give her the leather coat too. Give her a little bit of evasion in case she needs to get out of dodge. And she needs to get freaking healed. She's got 3 health, 3 sanity. She's taking 2 sanity. But they each have a remnant. And because of the witch's blood, she spends remnant, she gets a remnant. So she should be able to do lots of things with remnants, which would be good. Alright, so for Agnes' second, she is going to ward, which is the books. So she's got 4 dice for the books. If she got 3 of them, that would be awesome. She got 1. She only got 1. And she doesn't have any rerolls. No rerolls. So that was a ward action and a trade action. Alright. That's it for us. Wow, that's pretty crappy. Monster phase again. Alright, so this guy is going to stay there. He likes the train station. Lots of spooky things happening there. But this guy is going to go 1, 2. He's still trying to track down one of us. He's following us around. So that's a monsters encounter phase. Alright, so... First one's first. We'll do Marie Lambeau first. She's in a space with 2 doom. Uh-oh. There are slender figures dancing around the streets, contorting into impossible poses and trailing colors. Somewhere, someone is playing the flute. This is will -1. If you pass, you see the figure for what they truly are and banish them from your mind. You remove 2 doom from your space and gain 1 remnant. Well, that would be super, super good. Unfortunately, our will is 2. -1 is 1 stinking dice. We need this badly. We can get rid of those 2 doom. Oh, nope. Nope. So that was, well, at least nothing bad happened. Now we'll go to Agnes. Same thing. Let's see what happens with Agnes here. Same thing, she's in a space with 2. A gleaming gateway reveals an ARKHAM with tall buildings and fascist iconographs. So you try to seal the gate. Lore -1. If you pass, you seal the gate and are forewarned. You remove 2 doom from your space and gain 1 remnant. If you fail, you realize the future is all too unlikely and suffer 2 horror. So will -1, so she will be 3 dice. Come on, give me 3 good ones. We need a success. We have a success. 5. Whew. Oh, I forgot she was cursed too, so she only hits on 6s. Anyways, I don't think she rolled a 6. So she passes. What does she get again? You remove 2 doom from your space and gain 1 remnant. Okay, so she's going to gain a remnant and remove the 2 doom. Alright. That was the encounter phase. See, we can't have normal encounters with these stupid things. Alright. And now comes the bag. All kinds of bad things in there. Come on now. So we'll do Marie Lambeau first. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Gaisbert. Resolve the Gaisbert by taking the top card of the event deck and placing 1 Doom token in each of the corresponding neighborhoods. Then shuffle that card and the entire discard pile together and place them on the bottom of the event deck. Well, my friends, it's going to mean East Town. And we put 1 Doom on each location, which is okay. That's not horrible. Then we take East Town and these cards, and we shuffle them up. Randomly not looking. You're not looking. Are you looking? Are you looking? You should close your eyes like me. I got my eyes closed, believe it or not. Closed eyes. I have no idea. We're going to do a cut. We're going to do another cut. 1 more cut. And there we go. And we're going to put it on the bottom of the deck. I have no idea what order they're in. We have 2 Doom on the track. Alright, so that was her first one. Second one is a Doom, which means we draw 1 from the back, bring it forward, and it is going to go to Hibbs Roadhouse. So that is 4. 1 more. That'll be the end of that. Alright, so now to Agnes Baker. Come on, Agnes. You had a good draw. You had a good pull last time. Let's see if we can do the same thing. Monster. Alright. Take the monster deck. Just shuffle it around a little bit just to make things nice and random. Roll a die. How many cards we're going down? We're going down 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the Occult Ritualist. Spawn at street nearest leader. Spawn at street nearest leader. Spawn at street nearest leader. Interesting. I don't know what that means, nearest leader. I mean, if the cult leader is out. Doesn't specifically say anything about monsters and their leaders. Spawn at street nearest leader. Well, I guess not sure what that would mean. Spawn the street nearest leader. Is it like the leader of the party? I don't technically think there is like a leader of the party in this version. Right? Is there? I don't know if it means monster leader, if it means leader of the party, the leader of the game. What are they talking about with leader? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with it here. We'll have them. Let's just spawn them right here in the streets next to our characters. So that's one. We got one more to draw. Did we win yet? No, we haven't won yet. Another Doom token. Great. And this Doom token is going to go to Hibbs Roadhouse. And we just cleared that area out. I swear to God, we just freaking cleared that area out. And look at what happened. It's now done this, which means this now, because we just had 0. Because this, we just removed this off of there. And now all of a sudden it's got 5 of them again already. And the only way back is through the abysmal servant. I think we're in trouble. I think we are in trouble. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. He will spawn Doom in an adjacent space. So somebody's got to try to take this knucklehead out. He's only got 1 hit point. So somebody's got to spend an action fighting. Somebody has got to spend... Alright, so she's going to spend an action to move there. She's going to use her Smoky Velvet. Smoky Velvet. So she can move. She's going to move 1, 2, and she's going to spend $1 to move an extra space because I want her down here. So that was her first action. Second action, she is going to attack. Again, not the best. Not the best. She's got 1 whole die. But if it's a success, actually, you know what? Hang on a second. Yeah, alright, she's got to try it. Whatever. She is unsuccessful. Do we want? Oh, do we want to intervene again and cause another health and another sanity damage? I guess so. So once again, 1 sanity and 1 health. She is going to be in the TikTok club, so hopefully she'll be able to heal. She's now got 2 life and 2 sanity left. But she does get to add 5 dice to her check. All she needs 1 is success. There it is, 1 6. That's all we got was 1. That was enough to kill off the occult ritualists. That's good. Alright, so that was Marie Lambeau. Now is Agnes. Agnes is going to get a buck for, what's that? Gather resources. She doesn't need to focus because she's already focused. She doesn't really have any other actions, so I guess she will just pass her second action. Monster phase. Alright, I guess. She just cast a spell, which means after you cast a spell, you may focus 1 skill of your choice. She can only have 2. She's already got 2, so I guess it's not worth it. Okay. So I guess he's going to come after her. Move toward engage investigator with the most clothes. So when he comes in and engages with her, does she just automatically take the damage? I think she does. Which would be kind of bad. Okay, so the monster phase, monster activates, hunters move, patrol, blah, blah, blah. When a monster moves, it moves a number of spaces and then engages the investigator. Then engaged monsters attack. Each monster is engaged when the investigator deals damage and horror to the investigator is engaged with equal to the number of damage and horror icons listed at the bottom of the sheet. Each exhausted monster ready flips, blah, blah, blah. So it's going to move and then it's going to engage. It's going to move and engage her, and then the next step is the attack phase, or whatever phase they want to call it. The engage monster phase. So yeah, he's going to do damage to her. It's going to be 1 health and 2 sanity. Ugh. Okay, well, So that was that monster. This monster is going to go to Hibbs Roadhouse, which is now the new center of activity over there. So he's going to move 1, 2. Alright, and that's the monster phase. Encounter phase. She's engaged with the monster. She doesn't get an encounter. It's another thing. All right, she is at the TikTok Club at Merchant District. If we get one clue, Farnley, that would be like so awesome. We finally got a clue. That would be so good. And there is literally 2 clues there, which means like 1, 2, 2 of the top 4 cards are clue cards. We didn't get one of them, of course not. TikTok Club. The food is superb and the decor is beautiful. You or an ally recover 1 health and 1 sanity. Well, she definitely needs that. Small automations adorn the club. If you spend $2 to help repair a brass figure, if you do, the automation springs to life and writes, "We shall watch over you." On a piece of parchment, you become blessed. So she can become blessed. When does that go away is the question. After you fail a test, discard this card. Yeah, she'll spend $2 to become blessed. She got a little bit of healing. That's good. And $2 to become blessed. Alright, still no clues though. Alright, that was the encounter phase. Now the Mythos phase again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, there's 8 left. Alright, put that under the table. First one, we're going to do Marie. Great. It is now the train station. So the train station is now going to get a clue. This guy's going to run back towards the train station because it's now that. That's 1. This is Marie. And we got a headline. Why ever go on anymore? Opinion. Everything hopeless. The end draws near. Advertiser's final issue. Headline. You roll a die. This die is not a test. You suffer a total amount of damage and or horror equal to the die result. You can choose to split between the results however you want. Great. Now, if we could roll another 1 or something, that would be super cool. Oops. 2. I'm going to take it as 1 and 1. So 5 sanity and 2 health damage. She's in bad shape too. Great. Great going, Miss Molly. Alright, Agnes. Let's see what happens with Agnes. She gets a headline. Unscheduled parade shuts down on Main Street. Revelers fearing financial customs. Silver Twilight Lodge blames. Sinister music unraveled, sources say. Headline. You suffer 1 horror for each monster in your neighborhood. Agnes is here with no monsters, so that is nothing. Ha ha ha. And our second one is a clue. We get to draw a clue. And it's going to be from the River Town. Going to add a clue to the River Town and take 2 River Crown cards and shuffle them up. Well, we've got this is a bad area and that's a bad area again. Alright. That's back to our turn. Action phase. Action phase. Oh, and this resets. She is going to engage this monster. So she gets strength. She gets 1 die. She gets 1 die. That is a hit. And because it's a 6, she gets rid of her cursed condition. Yes. Thank God. So the monster's taking 1 point of damage. We need 4, but yes, it's true. We're doing it again. Agnes is going to take more damage than Sanity. And she's going to add 5 dice. That is 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 dice. And because she's blessed, 4 5s or 6s. 4 5s or 6s. Come on. Come on. 1, 2, 3 more. And that is going to be 1 for her, 3 for her. That's 4. That's going to kill the Abysmal Servant. Wow. Now, no special bonus for killing it. Great. But it's dead. We needed that sucker gone. It cost us a little bit of health and sanity, but sometimes you just have to. Alright, so she helped her do a fight action. Now she's going to do a move action. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to spend $2 to get the extra 2 moves. And because she did a move action, she gets to do an action. She gets to do the move action as well. Oh, and this guy has this little thing here. I almost forgot. So she gets a remnant. Right there. So she gets to move now. She needs to get some more healing. She needs healing as well. Ugh. She gets to move. The question is, where does she want to go? One, 2, 3, 4. She's got $2. She's got to go up there and clear out this last thing. So this is her. She fought and then she moved. And that move was for her. Now she can do a ward action. 4 dice. 4 5s and 6s, which would possibly remove this anomaly, which would be awesome. Two successes, so she removes it, and that's going to remove that. So, all looked bleak here a minute ago. This is still bleak, but it's getting better. And her second action is going to be to get a buck. All right. Monsters Patrol. Move towards unstable space. Engage highest influence. Unstable space is the train station, so he's actually going to move back to the train station. He was headed this way because Ribs Roadhouse was the problem area. Now he's moving back because this is now the new problem area. which is just fine with us. Encounter phase. We'll do Marie Lambeau first. She's at Hibbs Roadhouse. But because she's at this, we have to do a thing. And she's at an area with 3. A foreign-looking man with an Egyptian pennant and a glass machine lectures a crowd. Will -2. Oh, she's only got a 2. If you pass, you sift truth from bombast. You remove 3 doom from your space and gain 1 remnant. If you fail, you're called up in the awful spell and the man's words and become cursed. She cannot even do it because she's got no way. So she's cursed again. Golly. We just got rid of that curse and now it comes back to curses. Alright, Agnes. She is at the Independence Square in downtown. So there's a possibility we can get a clue. No, of course not. Alright, Independence Square. A rag and bone man pushes his cart across the square. Test will. If you pass, you chat for a moment and he leaves you a token of appreciation. You gain 1 common item. If you fail, when you turn to speak to him, there's nothing but a pile of sticks, stinking rags, and rotting driftwood. You suffer 1 horror. Alright, so will is 3. And she is blessed, so 4 5s or 6s will be a success. No, just 1 5, but it is a success. So she gets a common item. She gets an automatic 45. Where was this when we freaking needed it? Because now she can actually do some fighting. Gives +3 to combat checks. Or strength checks. Attack checks. Yeah, whatever. Whatever they're called. Alright, so that was Encounters. We go on to Mythos. There's 4 left, so all 4 of these are going to come out. So we'll do Marie Lambeau first. Shuffle these up. Pull one out. It's blank. And the next one is... oh, it's the Monster Surge thing. Right. For each cultist monster, place 1 doom on his space. Right, so we place a doom here. Which means... yeah, okay, so we're still okay. It's if there was already 3 and we had to place another one. So somebody needs to go clear out this area as well. Alright, and then Agnes will do a blank, and then she'll do Swan and Monster. Plenty of clues on the board. We just haven't had a chance to frickin'... Alright, so how many cards are we going to go down? We're going to move 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got the Hooded Stalker. Spawns at most doom. Oh, there's a 3 and a 3. So even, odd. Odd, even, odd. So he's going to spawn over there. Isn't that great? He's only got 1 hit point, so that's okay. So he's going to engage her, so she's going to have to waste an action fighting again. With her 1 combat strength and being cursed. And then she's going to have to step in again. Which will cost her another sanity and another health. Which she can't do. There should be a rest action where you remove a sanity or health or one or both or whatever. Should be part of an action. Alright, she is going to get resources, and then she's going to move. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to cost her $1 to go that extra space. And then Marie Lambeau is going to attack and use her Smoky Veil to have Agnes also attack. So she will attack with 1 combat dice. It's got to be a 6. Or it's a miss. Oop. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 6! Holy cow. That is huge because she gets rid of the curse condition. She kills the robed figure. Oh, I'm sorry, not the robed figure. She kills this guy over here, the hooded jerk. Right? She kills the now Agnes is 2 strength. Plus her new automatics gives her +3. And she hits on 4, 5s, and 6s. And that is 3 successes. That's plenty to kill this guy off. Alright, so now we're starting to kill off some monsters. Now, we can just get these anomalies closed. To get some of these damn clues, we get somewhere. Alright, so that was her first action, was to fight. Her second action is now going to be ward. So she gets to roll 3 dice. And she needs at least 2 successes here. 3 would be great, but she got a 6, so she removes 1 doom. She could step in and add. Hang on a second. Let me think about this. She's already down to 2 health and 2 sanity. If she casts this again, she'll be down to 1 and 1. So no, she can't. Alright, so we'll just take the 1 doom and be happy. So she fought, and then she warded to get rid of some of the doom. She moved, and she had to spend money to get that extra right. Okay. Monster action. There is no monsters. Ha ha ha. We'll just skip that phase. Encounter phase. Alright, let's start with her. She's at Hibbs Roadhouse. Oh, she's got to do a thing because all the... She's in an area with 2. You chased a robed figure through yet another dark alley that looks like any of the others. Will -1. Which she's 1 again. If you pass, you stop and wait for the loop to repeat to capture the target. You remove 2 doom from your space and gain 1 remnant. If you fail, the twisting quarter are never ending. You become delayed. Okie dokie. So, -1 will, which means she's only got 1 die. Ah, success. All right, what was her? What does she get as she passes? She gets move 2 doom and gain a remnant. Right. So she removes these 2 doom and she gains a remnant. What can we spend these remnants on? Because she's got a whole bunch of them. remnants. I don't even know what they're for. I figured cards would be like telling us what we need to do with them. Yeah, I'm not sure 100% what they even do, but that's part of maybe trying to figure out, you know, the different cards for the game. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know when she spends a remnant, she gains a remnant, so once per round. Now, she can clear this area out. We can get rid of this. She can clear that area out. That would be super cool. Unfortunately, it's time for this stupid bag of death. Let's see here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Alright, what I think I'm going to do is just roll a die, because I hate drawing shit out of a bag. It's not my favorite thing, so we'll just roll a die. Number 9. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is a blank. Alright, I like that one. I like rolling an eye. 14, there's no 14 anymore. There's only 13. 20, there's no 20. 1, okay, well, it's a Doom. We're adding Doom to downtown in this area right there. Alright, so we'll add a Doom there. That's not that horrible either, to be honest. Alright. Now for Agnes. Blank. Like that. There's no 17. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's a clue. Well, this couldn't have gone any better. I think I really like how that works. Clue is going to Riverton. Again, Riverton. Where are you, Riverton? There you are. So we got clues freaking everywhere. We just need to get them. So it's back to our turn. Actually, I like how the board is now in our favor. It looks like it's in our favor anyways. There's no way to clear out both of those. Damn. She will move. Then she will ward. She's not cursed. No successes. 3, 4, 4, 3. Bam. So that stays on the board. Damn. Alright, but then she's going to use her Smoky Velvet to have Agnes do the same thing. Oh, wait. She only had 3 dice, so it didn't matter. But Agnes has got 4 dice. And she is successful on 4, 5s, and 6s. 4, 5, 6. That's 3. That's 3. Oh, those 3 go here. She gets another remnant. Again, we got a whole bunch of remnant. Cleared out that whole area. And that was the 2 actions for Marie Lambeau. So now it's up to Agnes. Agnes now needs to get an area. She's going to need to spend $1. Okay, she will move. 1, 2, 3. Which will cost her $1. And then she will gather resources to get $1. Alright, Velma's diner over there. Still have to draw a stupid anomaly, but that's okay. She's only in an area with 1. You find yourself thinking of choices you've made and successes and regrets. Test will, which is 2 for her. If you pass, you recall a mistake that you made in the past and race to correct it as time bends. You remove 1 doom from your space in your neighborhood. If you fail, you see your worst nightmare and suffer 1 horror. So she is 2 will. Needed success, please. Shit. Or she'll suffer a horror. She's already at 2, 4, 5 horror. Gonna put her at 6, 1 away. Ugh. Yeah, I guess she's gonna have to take the 1 horror. That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. We got, Agnes, TikTok Club, and that is the merchants. Holy cow, our first clue card. Thank the Lords. TikTok Club. You've turned away by the bouncers. You may spend $1 to grease his palm. If you do, you eat and drink and listen to the strangely memorable bands play in jazzy rendition of the Blind Idiot's Stomp. You and an ally recover 2 health and 2 sanity, and you gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. Whoa! 2 health, 2 sanity, and we gain a clue. That makes me feel a little bit better. It makes me feel lots better. Now, with this, where would this card go? Let me think about this. Wardrobe. Love to do some Ameritrash games. So many pieces. No, this is a war game, buddy. Don't you know? Don't you know this is a war game? We went through this in our live stream last couple weeks. So once you... Right. Must be under the encounter phase. Right, okay. Alright, encounters on event cards represent chances. In the event card discard pile, discard the card face up in the event card discard pile. If you did not gain a clue, add it back to the neighborhood by taking the top 2 cards. Okay, right. So this is going to go on the top of that. Okay. Alright. So she gained some sanity back. We gained our first clue for the love of God. We've been playing for an hour and a half. Now we played for an hour and a half earlier. And we finally got our first flipping clue. Our first flipping clue. Alright, monster phase, there is none. We don't have to worry about that. Encounter phase is what we just did. Right, Mythos phase. Okay, so here it's... Now it's time to pay the piper. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's 10. So whatever number is on here is the number we get. 9. So that's going to be the second one from the bottom. That's going to be a monster. So a new monster spawns. Great. Great. New monster. How many are we going to go down? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is the Ravenous Predator. It's a monster, Hound of Tillidus, spawned at the unstable spot, which is currently the TikTok Club, which is currently where wonderful Agnes Baker is. He's 3 to kill, -1 combat. Okay, dokie. That's great. All right, that's 1 for Marie. Second one, 3. 1, 2. It's going to be a Doom. And we draw one from the bottom here. This is the north side. And it's going to be the Curiosity Shop. Curiosity Shop right there. Alright. Now for Agnes. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's another monster. Here they come. Here they come. Here they come. Cut a couple times. Cut this way. Cut this way. How many cards do we remove going down? Just 1. Another rogue figure. Spawned at the unstable spot. Wow. And just like that. Oh, it's a... I'm sorry. It's a Curiosity Shop. Is the... Curiosity Shop is the current. Right. It's not the TikTok Club anymore. It's the Curiosity Shop. Alright. So that was 1. Let's see what our second one is. 8, 2... 4, 6. It's the bottom one, which is a blank. Alright, so we got through that. Nobody died. Cool. Back to our turn. We need to... Does she want to stay there and try and heal again? 1, 2, 3, 4. She would need... We got to get rid of this anomaly. I mean, that's like priority number 1 right now. So she is going to get a thing. And she's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, which is going to cost her 2 extra bucks. So that was her 2 actions. Now, she is going to ward, which is 3 dice. 3 dice. And no successes. We need to clear that out this time and this time only. But because of her special ability here, Witch Blood, you may perform an action you have already performed this round. So she is going to do it again. She is going to lure, or she's going to ward. But she is going to have Agnes do that as well. Agnes, 4 5s and 6s will hit. Oh, that's a fail, and she loses her blessing when she fails the test. Wow, that sucks. 1 3 3 3. Oh my God. So her 2 actions to remove 1 doom didn't work. She had her lady friend here to help her, and she couldn't do it either. So our whole turn was nothing but a freaking move and 3 failed attacks. Or 3 failed skill checks. With multiple dice. 3 dice, 3 dice, and 4 dice. And not 1 single success. Monsters. Yes, monsters move. So the rogue figure moved towards unstable space. So he will stay there. This guy is a hunter. Move directly to and engage the lowest sanity. Wait. Oh my gosh. Just move directly to. And that's going to be Marie Lambeau. And she's going to... Wow. It's like flies right over... Boom. Engages her. And she's... And is this going to be enough to kill her? 1 life and 1 sanity damage. Yes, that's 7 sanity. Ha 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 ha. It's over. It's over. Nothing we can do. I mean, you could start over with another investigator, but... No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Nope, I don't think so. Damn! I did not realize this guy was going to fly over. Move directly to and engage the lowest. Yeah, his movement's a star. Yeah. So he can move as far as he wants, I guess. And he would engage the lowest sanity. So this is our first playthrough of 3rd edition. I played a ton of 2nd edition. Probably, to be honest, 20 to 40 times. I mean, we used to play this at conventions because it's usually a longer game. We'd have a nice group going on. There was 4 or 5 of us that really liked playing it, so we always got time to play it and made sure we played it. This is my first time playing 3rd edition as opposed to 2nd edition. So I'm just going to give you some brief thoughts of what I think. Here's what I think. Right now, it's damn well... I hate the clue mechanic on these cards. It's awful. It's terrible. Where you got to take the cards and mix them in the top 2 cards of whatever the group is that you draw from. That whole mechanic sucks. There should have been a better way to get clues on the board for you to be able to get that. That's my first issue with this game. My second issue with this game is there's no way for the investigators to heal or rest and recuperate health or sanity other than hoping they go to one of the locations that has a chance for that to happen, You know, we got her healed up a couple times, but we had to go to this location down here. And if everything's happening up here in the downtown and this area, you can't spend turns to get your investigator all the way down here just to hope to get some sanity and health back. So without the ability to get, you know, like a rest action, heal 1 health or 1 sanity or something like that, it makes the game unbalanced because, you know, there's a timing mechanism going on to have you do certain things in a certain amount of time. Certain amount of time to do certain things. And if you've got to waste time to come down here or whatever, if you need an item, right, you got to go up there. The premise for what you're trying to do here by creating your own little story with these cards, you know, use card number 2, use card number 3, go to card 4, 5, you know, and then you got all these cool things like this is, you know, it's an interesting premise to create your own, like, you know, for us back in the day, we used to have these storybooks where you'd read it and then you'd read a paragraph and say to flip to page number 27. So this is kind of like that, where you do this, right? And then you flip this over and then it says, oh, add number 6. So then you find number 6 and you add this in here and it gives you like the next part of your story. If you fail this, it might tell you to add card number 7 in. But if you pass this, it might tell you to add card number 11 in. So you have like this whole branching storyline thing going on, which sounds really good, but in this game is not done very well because of the mechanics for trying to get the clues and trying to get the doom to come on. This, for me personally, I would much rather play 2nd edition than 3rd edition. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of this right now. Seems to be, I like some of the things they've done. They changed the monsters into like a monster deck, right? So now you just draw your monster from a monster deck. You create your monster deck, right? Based upon the scenario cards. And so you create the monster deck. So, you know, you have, you know, themed monsters that go along with what's going on, which is super cool. We got a lot of occultists in here. We've got some random, you know, hounds of Tilius. Cultists, hounds of Tilius, cultists. And then you got a couple of Nazguls, cultists, and a banshee, right? So you got lots of cultists with a few other things, which, you know, it's kind of cool because they kind of relate. It was kind of story. You know, we had the occult ritualist come up, right? And we killed him, and the next guy that showed up was the high priest, which was super cool because it made sense. You know, kind of had it like a role-playing moment where we killed this guy, but he had time to call the high priest, and then the high priest arrived to find out what happened to the ritualist. And then after the high priest arrived, then another rogue figure arrived. So it was kind of cool that it had that element to it. But man, oh man, we've been playing for 3 freaking hours. Now, ARKHAM Horror is a long game. We know that. ARKHAM Horror, you can play a 4 or 5 hour game is normal for a ARKHAM Horror. But I am literally on the first part of this. We have 40 freaking cards. Now, we don't use all of them. We'll say this story mode is 10 cards long. But I'm literally on card number 1. This is our first card where we had to either get 3 clues or 3 doom tokens on here. And then depending on if it was clue tokens or if it was doom cards, right? So if it was clue tokens, we would add card 4 and so we would bring card 4 in and we get to read this, and then we would try to complete this objective, right? So I'm literally 3 hours in the game and I'm still on the first objective to try and complete this. The first objective. We have got 2 doom. These are the tokens that we're using for doom. We got 2 doom. and we have no clues on our objective. So this could go on for another half hour or 45 minutes trying to get either the third Doom or try to get 3 clues on this card before we would even get to the second card we're playing. The first 2 cards, right, this is the setup instructions for the card or for the scenario and tell you what happens. If so many Doom get on the board, then this is what happens. This is kind of like a setup card. And then card number 3 is our first card we actually have to do, where you have 3 or more clues on the scenario sheet, and neither card 4 or 7 are in the codex, and add card 4 to the codex. When there are 3 or more Doom on the scenario, then flip this card, you read over the text, and then it tells you what you got to do. In this card, we're going to add 5 cards to the codex and return this card to the archive. So we're literally on the first step of this, and we're 3 hours in. Like I said, ARKHAM Horror is a long, long game. We know that. But I am, like, literally, it could be a lot longer before we even get another Doom on it. And if I, spend all that time trying to get 3 clues on there, I could take like another half hour, 45 minutes or whatever. The Doom mechanic in this game sucks bad. I don't know how Fantasy Flight agreed to switch to this version, to be honest. It's horrible, in my opinion. It's just the Doom mechanic in this game, how you have to draw the Doom by doing your, these little tokens, right? You get these little tokens. And then this whole mechanic with you're drawing from the back of the thing to get the Doom, and then you place the Doom on here, right? And then these cards get shuffled, and then you put them back and behind there. That is a ridiculous amount of stupidity on how to try and get Doom added to the thing, right? When all they had to do was have these normal cards that come in the game and have a certain percentage of them have Doom tokens. Add Doom to whatever space you're on that you're doing. A certain percentage of these cards to add the Doom token. But this whole mechanic of drawing from the back of the deck, looking where it is, adding a Doom token to that, and then waiting for that stack to build up, and then shuffling them back in the back of the deck is just, it's just not good. It's just not good. Yeah, I mean, this, for me, this is like 4th edition Dungeons and Dragons, right? You've been playing Dungeons and Dragons, 1st edition, 2nd edition, 3rd edition, pretty similar-ish, with some differences, here and there. And then you have 4th edition, which is completely different. So kudos for trying different things. But did they not play test this shit? And people enjoyed this? I cannot believe that. I really can't. I did not enjoy this at all. And like I said, ARKHAM Horror, for me, is probably in my top 10 games of all time. Top 10 games. I could play ARKHAM Horror. If somebody called me up on the phone and said, hey, we're playing ARKHAM Horror, you want to come over tonight? I'd be like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And a lot of times, when people were asking, well, we're at a convention or whatever, we got a few hours, you want to kill, what do you want to do? I'd be like, ARKHAM Horror. And a lot of times I get voted down because a lot of people say, oh no, I'm not spending 4 or 5 hours playing ARKHAM Horror. And okay, we'll play something else or whatever. That's fine. But some of these mechanics, the mythos mechanic is not good either. I'm not a big fan, as you can tell, of drawing these little tokens out of a bag. I hate drawing tokens out of a bag. It's not that's probably why I'm not a big fan of this, right? Drawing the tokens out of the bag. Why not have them as cards, right? Just like you have the monster cards. Where are my monster cards? Here's my monster cards, right? You got monster cards. Why don't you have mythos cards like this where you can create a deck of cards? I can do that a lot better, right? And then, you don't even have to shuffle them every so often, because all you have to do is like roll a 6-sided dice, go down 6 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's your card. Boom, whatever card it is. This whole mechanic of trying to keep track of which ones you played, which ones you didn't play, and drawing them out of a bag, I hate that mechanic. I wish games would get away from that. That is really stupid mechanic. Really stupid mechanic. But what's really stupid mechanic in this whole game is this the Doom process and adding the clue cards, and then you got to take the 2 cop cards and you got to shuffle them, and then you got to so what you're telling me is I've got a clue card, right? I've got a clue card, right? And if you fail at this, right? If you fail at this, then what happens is you take the top 2 cards again and you shuffle them up. And you do it over and over again until you're successful. So this event will come up over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until you finally pass it. That is stupid. If you're trying to create this awesome story with your little deck of creation, right? You're taking your stupid deck of creation in your story mode. Why would this event keep coming up over and over and over again? Because, I failed it. Well, it's got to go back in the top of the deck. It's got to go back in the top of the deck. That's stupid. I hate it. I really, really hate it. It's just terrible. Terrible mechanic for a terrible edition. I'm not a fan of this game. I'm not a fan of this edition at all. It is horrible. Like I said, some of the role-playing story mechanics was cool, but it was super complex for no additional benefit. This whole Doom mechanic and, what your players can do, right? You have to do a ward test. Why are they calling it a ward test? Like in every other edition. You're just using your lore. Why do they call it a ward test? To test your lore. Why do they have to call it a ward test? It's just... Now, it's a damn shame because I went out and I got an expansion for it and everything. I got the Dead of Night expansion for it. Brand new. Just took the wrapping off of it. All new cards and new stories and everything like that. But you know what? I will not be purchasing any more of this edition. This is horrible. Absolutely the worst edition of ARKHAM I've ever played. It's just no fun. There's all these extra mechanics and this extra... like you said, I've got this clue. And I fail it. I got to put it back in the top 3 cards and shuffle it up. And the next time I draw it, it could be the same card. Okay, and then I got to do this, and then, I play one, no, and I play the next one, no. There it is again. Oh my gosh, look at that. Now I got to do it again. It's dumb. Why would the same event come up over and over and over and over again? It's ridiculous. It's retarded. It's dumb. It is super dumb. It's super complex. If you go and watch tutorials about it, people have to spend 20 minutes trying to explain how, because your clue token cards are the same back as your other cards. But they have to be, because otherwise you'd know they're clue cards. So if this is the case, why didn't they include a certain number of cards? Say, there's 8 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are your base 8 cards for this area in the game, right? So if you wanted to add clue cards without that mechanic in there, then take a certain amount of them, either 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, and then shuffle them in there. And so just have them randomly appear at a certain time. Why do I have to do this whole mechanic where, we're going to have a clue appear in the river town. Okay, well, let's put a clue there. And then we're going to take the river town and we're going to take the top 2 cards. Because you can't just put it on the bottom, because there's 8 cards ahead of it. And you can't put it on the top because then you would know what it is. So you got to take the top 2 cards and you got to shuffle it in there and randomly determine what's going on, and then you put it back on top. Ooh. So we know it's either one of the top 3 cards. It's one of the top 3 cards. And what happens is, oh, there it is. Look at that. Oh, but I failed it. Oh, okay, well, you got to take the top 2 cards. And you got to do it again because you have to complete this clue because we added a clue to the board. And this card matches this clue. So we can't get rid of this clue until you get rid of this card. Retarded. The mechanics are horrible in this edition. I just wish I would have. I mean, I knew the 3rd edition was going to be different, and it was going to be, you know, I heard it was modular board, and I heard, you know, there was a lot of differences between it and the 2nd edition, but I didn't realize they were going to totally fuck it up, to be honest. I mean, they just screwed it all up. And you can take 2 actions, but you can't take the same action more than once. That's to prevent gamey play. And the reason you have the gamey play is because the stupid mechanics. So they have to put that stupid rule in where you can do 2 actions, but you can't do the same action twice. And then that kind of conflicts with her action because her action is once per round after you perform an action, another investigator in any space may perform that same action. Normal action restrictions still apply. Well, the normal action restrictions are you can only do 2 actions in a turn. And you can't do the same action more than once. So if she's taking her turn and she has somebody else do something, is that a free action? Is it not a free? It's just, it's not. The whole mechanic with, we had all these items out over here. We have items out, right? That we never even got a chance to buy. Never had a chance to even buy one of these. Because you don't have like a buy thing. You have to get an event to buy things. You have to get an event to heal. You have to get an event for these things. But you only have a certain amount of events because the other ones are your stupid clue cards. You got your stupid clue cards on here. Oh, it's just horrible. I probably won't be playing this edition ever again. And if anybody asks, I will be telling them this edition is horrible because there's some cool components. I like the modular board because what you could do is you could make scenarios that are, that are random, you know, draw so many pieces out and connect them however you want. You can create all kinds of new random boards. You don't have the, you know, I like randomness. I'm a big fan of randomness, and creating unique things is cool, right? I like that. But it's just, to me, it's no fun. It really is no fun to play this at this point. And it's just so bad. It's so long. I don't mind the long games. Like I said, I love ARKHAM Horror. I love playing long. I can play 4, 5, 6 hour ARKHAM Horror game. No problem. That's not the problem. The problem is this is way too long because of the mechanics. The mechanics that suck in this game. The mechanics are horrible, as we talked about, because you've got this. Like I said, the whole Doom mechanic thing is just horrible. I don't know what Fantasy Flight was thinking. I cannot believe Fantasy Flight, one of my all-time favorite game companies out there, would put this game out. I mean, it's a damn shame. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, maybe they were just trying to hope to get some more people suckered in like me to buy it. It's just horrible. It's just really horrible. It's not good in any shape. It's not good at any shape whatsoever. Like I said, they got some cool concepts. They just implemented totally wrong. Totally wrong. This whole mechanic here with the okay, so here's so you got move actions, which are common actions, right? You got gather resources to gain a buck. Okay. Focus, one of your skills. Yeah, it's gonna be a gesture ran, right? Focus, one of your skills. Okay, so the focus, right? So you can spend one of your two actions to focus your skill. All the focus does is allow you to re-roll a die. That's all it does. So if you have two, right, you can re-roll a die. So I rolled two. Oh, neither one was a success, so I can spend my one precious little thing and re-roll a die. Oh, no successes. Oh well, too bad. It's like they're making up things because the mechanics are so bad in the game. They need things for people to do. Your monsters will engage you and then damage you before you even have a chance to do anything to them. They can literally attack you and damage you before you even know what happened. That's how our guy got killed right off the bat, right? He just flew over and killed her. There's nothing we can do about that. This guy can move across the board, move directly, and engage the hero with the lowest will. And when he does, he engages him. He's going to do 1 damage and 1 sanity. He's not even that tough a monster, but we only had a couple hit points. We only had 1 sanity left. And he can fly across the map and just kill you. 3rd edition is horrible. I'm just saying it is not good in any shape whatsoever. And yeah, like I said, I played lots of 2nd edition. I love ARKHAM Horror. It's not a ARKHAM Horror thing. It is a game-breaking mechanics that when we spend an hour and a half in this episode and an hour and a half in the earlier episode this afternoon before I left for my appointment. So we're 3 hours in this game and we're literally on the same freaking card that we started the game with. And we got all these extra components to manage and flip and use the backside and the front side. And it's just terrible. Absolutely terrible. I cannot believe, I am shocked that Fantasy Flight, I cannot believe Fantasy Flight greenlit this to go. I just can't believe that. That is beyond astounding to me. Fantasy Flight, which is one of the best, in my opinion, game producers out there. I'm 3 hours into a game, and it took me, an extra, I don't know, 45 minutes to set up the fucking, all the board and all the cards and you have to, even before you set it up, you have to draw. I mean, this is another thing. Like, you have to draw so many of these clue cards to set up the decks to begin with. And then you have to implement them and shuffle them into this little stupid holder thing. But they have to have this stupid special holder because some of the cards are going to be drawing from the front and some you're going to be drawing from the back, right? So they have to create this fancy holder thing because their stupid mechanics are so bad. I just can't believe it. I was so looking forward to 3rd edition, too, because, I love to try new things, and 3 hours into a game and you're still on the freaking same card? That's ridiculous. Who thought of this? I cannot believe Fantasy Flight greenlit this. I cannot believe that. It's like the worst option they could have done. I don't even really care. I'm just throwing cards in bags because I'm not, probably will never play this again. It was, like I said, I was having no fun playing this game because the same damn cards kept coming up, right? And they're supposed to because of the stupid mechanic. I got to pull it out. I got to place the Doom token there, and then oh, here's another one, and place a Doom token there, and then we got to put these in the back, right? And then you're going to draw the same card out the next time when you have to do the Doom because you got to draw it from the back. And then, oh, it's the same spot. We literally were at the same spot 4 times in a row. 4 times in a row we were literally in the same spot because of their stupid mechanic. Horrible mechanic. I can't believe people actually play this game, to be honest. I just can't believe people actually play this game. You compare this with Eldritch Horror, right? If you compare this with Eldritch Horror, the game we just played the other day, this game is 12 times better. This game is 12 times better, and it's not even the best version of Arkham Horror. I still think Arkham Horror 2nd Edition was better. Eldritch Horror was nice. Eldritch Horror was nice. And that was just with the base game without any of the expansions and everything, and I think it's just going to get better with the expansions. But it is, I can't believe that Fantasy Flight greenlit this. This is just bad. It's just the mechanics are bad. The way you do things are bad. The have to create your own stupid thing to draw out of a bag mechanic is bad. Anybody want a copy? Let me know because I got this for sale. Because this, I know you probably won't sell it because people will be like, well, why would I want to buy it if it sucks so bad? It's just bad. It's just time-consuming nonsense is what it is. You got monsters that appear on the board that don't do any... We had a monster literally the whole game, right? The whole game. The monster that first spawned, what was his name? He was the Abysmal Servant, right? He kept running down our investigators. Our investigator would run 2 spaces, and he would follow up 2 spaces and behind her. Then she would run 2 more, then he would follow her, and it did this the whole game. The whole game until we finally took it out towards the end, and because I got aggravated that all this thing did was chase us. And all it did was follow us. And when our heroes move 2 spaces and your monsters move 2 spaces, your monsters will never catch the enemy unless they don't move. But they're so limited in what they can do each turn, it's almost like they have to move because why else? What else are you going to do? Well, I could do what can I do? I could do I can get $1. Okay, what else can you do? Oh, well, I guess you could do things like focus. Well, what's focus going to give me? Well, it's going to get you 1 reroll. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. The amount of work you got to go into to get your monster deck set up, your Mythos card set up, get your Codex set up, you got to get your board set up, then you have to get all of your stupid individual towns, villages, or whatever they call these, districts or whatever. You got to get all those cards out. Then you got to get the clue tokens out. Then you got to mix those up in the top 2 cards of the deck in each one of your different locations. It's a joke. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. I cannot believe Fantasy Flight greenlit this and said, yeah, let's produce this game. The 3rd edition, every time Fantasy Flight does a new edition, it's usually so much better than the previous edition because they add new features. They add new cool things to it, and it seems like it's always a better game. You know, Battle War. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. What's it? Cosmic Encounter. I mean, you name it. All the ones that they've done. They've done. What's the? Oh, I gotta put these in here, don't I? I don't really care. I'm not even gonna try and separate things into proper categories because I think I'm never gonna play this again, unfortunately. But and it's not a cheap game either. It's like $60, and the expansion was like $30 or $35, and it wasn't even a big boy expansion. It was just a little expansion. I think it was like $25 or $30 for this little thing. And all it did was, of course, it adds, you know, new scenarios and new heroes and some new tokens and a bunch of new cards because you've got to follow along the story, right? This by far, I have never played a Fantasy Flight game that I can say I didn't, you know, thought was, oh, it was okay. Like Star Wars Rebellion, I wasn't a big fan of that. There was a couple ones that I weren't a big fan of, right? But I played them, I tried them out, and I just said, nah, it's just not my cup of tea. It's an okay game, but it's just nothing I'd be interested in. This is the first game that I will ever say that I actually hate that Fantasy Flight has ever produced. This is the first game that I actually physically did not enjoy playing that Fantasy Flight has put out. Like I said, some of the other ones, I'm trying to think if there was another like a Warhammer type game or something, moving little figures around. I wasn't a big fan of that. But I mean, Fantasy Flight has got some of my all-time favorite games of all time. I mean, they've got a lot of the living card games. They got, you know, trying to think, did they have Twilight Imperium or maybe that was somebody else? But I mean, just about every game that they ever produced, I've always been a super big fan. I have bought probably more Fantasy Flight games in my lifetime. Now, I don't own as many now as when I did when I lived in Ohio, right? But when I lived in Ohio, I had probably, I mean, this is the kicker for me. This shows you how desperate they were. This is such a bad mechanic that they have to create a stupid little plaque thing that they have to set up, because you have to draw from the front and the back of cards because of the way their mechanic, you know, sometimes you're drawing from the front if you want a clue, and if you need the doom, you draw from the back of the... It's just terrible. Absolutely, without a doubt, the unfunnest, stupidest mechanic-wise game that Fantasy Flight has ever produced, ever. And if you've been listening, or just joining us, I guess I should say, I've played more ARKHAM Horror probably than 80% of the people out there, at least. I've played ARKHAM Horror 50 to 60 times, without a doubt, 50 or 60 times. And the thing is, Fantasy Flight always adds new, cool, super cool ideas, brings the game up, adds to it, makes it more interesting, more fun. This is a chore. I did not have any fun playing this whatsoever. None. But I want to thank you guys for listening to my little rant and rave. That's my take on ARKHAM Horror 3rd edition. Probably won't be seeing that on my channel anymore. And if you know somebody who wants to try out 3rd edition, let them know. Tell them to get in touch with me, because I've got a 3rd edition with a brand new copy of that expansion in here as well for sale. So let me know if you know somebody that wants to make a trade, make an offering, whatever. Tony's Board Life, Wardrobe, Viper Dave, Philip Reynolds, Burn Orange and Blue. Everyone else that came out tonight, I do appreciate. Sorry it turned into kind of a bummer at the end. I thought maybe, just maybe, there would be something to turn this game around. I just kept waiting for it to get better. I thought eventually we'd get to the next card and find out more about the story. We're 3 hours in the game and we're still on the same freaking card. The story hasn't gone anywhere. All we've been doing is running away from monsters and doing these bullshit minor events that we can do, but only one of them, twice a turn. You can only do it once because our mechanics are so bad. You spend more time shuffling cards and pulling cards and putting them in front that than playing the actual game. It's ridiculous. ARKHAM Horror, Fantasy Flight, 1 out of 5 stars. 1. Don't get it. See you all next time. Thanks for watching.